guys, Chris here.
Hi.
I'm here with Rip.
Hi, I'm Mark. Ripper or Rip.
Yep, either one. What are you doing in the store today?
I am here for pre-release.
Nice. And you're actually doing the pre-sealed event?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, pre-sealed event.
And you are
Which I hate normally.
You hate the sealed ones?
I hate sealed. I do.
Okay.
But it's the atmosphere that I normally like.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the bonuses here is that most of the people here are friendly.
Yeah.
And the culture is one of wanting to teach and instruct, and not one of like, oh yeah, you're a jerk, you tried to screw me on this, so I'm gonna like hold you to the fire.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of the nice things about it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that as well.
But yeah, in general though, sealed, no. Draft is nice. I feel like I can get a better flow.
Gotcha. But sealed, you're just, whatever you get, you get.
Yeah, you're stuck with the 5-packs or 6-packs or seeded pack or whatever the hell Magic or Wizards decides to do. You know, like if it's a draft, at least you have access to all of the other cards. You have all of the options. Right. You're like, oh well, you know what? I'm not feeling the blue tonight. It's just not happening. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with red, and oh man, now I got some green coming. This is really great. Like I can actually make a deck out of this, or you get some other colors that work for you. Whereas the sealed, you're just stuck, and oftentimes you end up making like a subpar deck.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's even,
Yeah.
It is an even playing field.
So, you're an avid board gamer?
Yeah, I have been. Yeah, recently, just not as much, but sure.
Retired 40K player?
Yeah.
And you dabble in some Magic. I mean, you've definitely played.
Yeah, I've played Magic.
Yeah.
I think I started in Ice Age, like end of Ice Age.
Okay. And now you're just kind of.
I may be dating myself, but yeah, that was junior high.
Nice.
And yeah, they didn't know what Magic cards were yet in high school. You didn't have like banning of cards because people were still like, oh, they're cards, they're interesting, and then you have people at LCS and they're like, oh, these are kind of satanic.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, these are bad. It's like, oh, guys, I don't know if we can say like this is bad or another thing's bad, but like we're enjoying it, and I feel like I'm learning something. I feel like I'm being constructive and utilizing parts of my brain that normally would have been wasted away as a junior high school student.
Like you could be doing a lot worse stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, but not even that. Like, I don't think it's like I could be doing worse stuff. I think that it is a great hobby because you're engaging, you're working through, you're problem solving, you're troubleshooting, you're utilizing all these skills that cross into the real world and cross into experiences, that you need to be having every day and that you need to be improving on, right? Like typically you want to improve as a person or as whatever you do as a profession. Troubleshooting and problem solving is one thing you're never going to get away from. And when you're deck building, especially in a sealed or a draft event,
you come upon a lot of problems.
Yeah, well, yeah, like, oh, man, I didn't even know this card was around. Like, holy shit, we've got to completely change what we're doing. And you have to think on your feet, and it is a different experience. I now, as a person who doesn't have a lot of extra time, I prefer to pay like $15 or $25 or whatever the entry fee is to get 3 to 5 to 7 hours of a decent, like, all-encompassing experience. Like, you say you could be doing a lot worse, like $15, $20, like really for that length of entertainment.
Right.
Like, what are you gonna do where you spend $15, you support a local establishment, and you get to play and interact with a bunch of other people in something that engages your mind, and you walk away with stuff that potentially has value to it in return. that you can collect and utilize in later deck building. But I just kind of passed it on to other people that are new.
Yeah.
Just like other older Magic players typically at these events are like, I don't even want those. Just
Yeah. That's how a lot of people are. Like, they'll open the pack. No, I don't even want any of these.
yeah.
Go right back.
Yeah.
to it.
Who's new? Like, who's the new player? Oh, you're new? Perfect. Here, take all these commons, uncommons. There's a couple of rares in there too.
Yeah.
And, I have 50 of them, which is great to see. It's another thing that's good typically about the Magic community. I mean, a lot of times they can have a bad rap, but I think overall, when you have smaller places, like more local places like this, the community tends to be more open and supportive.
Yeah.
And focused on growth. Like, hey, how can we expand? Like, how can we get
Right.
more people? Like, how can we get kids in here? How can we get like their parents in here? How can we get people involved?
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Whereas, like, the bigger places where you would seem you could get more help because there's more people.
Or better help,
Right.
Because they have an expanded knowledge base.
Yeah, but it's really not like that.
Not necessarily. I mean,
Yeah.
typically with a game store, especially your friendly local gaming store, whatever, your FLGS, whatever the term they want to use, typically it's the personality of the store owner
Yeah.
that makes a difference, right? The personality of the employee. Does the person who is behind the counter sell you the game? Did they sell you the experience? That's what makes or breaks it.
Yeah.
Right? Like when it comes down to it.
Right. Because anybody can just scan a barcode.
Well, not only that, but I can get Catan at Meyer now.
Right.
Why am I going to come here when I can go there 24 hours a day?
Yep.
Potentially, not being able to even match like a crazy sale, like coupon code price that they have. Like, why should I do it? And it's an important topic, and it's important discussion and debate, and everybody knows that Amazon throws crazy sales too. I mean, you can always find a cheaper price, but in the long run, is that cheaper price worth the lack of support? Like, is it worth that short run, and then I got this new thing, you bring it down to play it, and the game store's gone. Oh, well, keep buying the games online, keep buying them elsewhere, don't support the place. That's why it closes.
Right.
You have to support it, you have to support the community, and it's generally a two-way street.
Right. And that's what some people don't get. Is like, oh, they'll get all this cheap stuff online, and then they'll want to come in here and play with that stuff.
Sure. Yeah. No, absolutely. And we've kind of wandered into like the territory of like, oh, well, are you accounting things like Kickstarter? Like, oh, well, is Kickstarter a valid option? Like, should I be bringing that stuff? Well, in that case, I would say absolutely. Like, let's leave that out, right? Like, if you're backing Kickstarter, that's a whole another part. Like, great for you, awesome. Do that and back the game designers. Please buy the games. Like, for Christ's sake, just fucking buy them. Like, they're great. Not only that, but they're worth it. They're an investment that you will usually get out of whatever you put into it. But with regards to purchasing online versus local, that short-term gain of, I got like an extra game out of this, like that was smaller, I was able to save $10. Well, in the long run, I'm sorry, but that really needed to support your local scene, your local place. And you listen to podcasts from like the Dice Tower or it's been a while since, like Flip the Table and other places, and they all talk about experiences of visiting game stores in other cities, like whenever they travel places, and making it a point to try and pick up a game or two when they go in. And I think that's important too. Like, you know, when you're on vacation, snag a game. Like, seek out the local establishment, because you're gonna wander across the ones that you just rub you the wrong way or whatever. But
Right.
you may end up realizing that what you have back home is way more special than what you ever thought. Yeah, you can bitch and complain about what it is that, you know, happened potentially like on an off night, or like, oh man, like that one time he didn't order my game, and it or like it got messed up and he didn't order the 3-day shipping, he ordered the 5, and like I wanted it now, and like I understand that, like I get it, like please understand, I get that. But that doesn't mean you don't like come back and like look around,
Right.
and you know, recognize, oh, is it a clean place? Is it a safe environment? Are the people welcoming? Are they friendly? Did they help me? Did they answer all my questions? Did they point me in the right direction for a game? You know, were the prices above MSRP? Were they you know, equal to MSRP? Were they below? Like, where were they at? Did they offer me like a discount club or some type of buyer's club, or you know, some type of punch card? Did I get treated like a customer versus a number? It all comes down to customer service,
Yeah.
and that's going to be different.
Yeah. Like when I go into places and people are just like walking the door, hey, you know, and then nothing after that. It's just like, it's like just such a turn off from the store.
Right. So like, what's a good experience? Like, what does a good experience in a store look like?
I would say like come in,
Yeah.
you know, maybe they like invite you to a game or something. They
Sure.
start talking about like what you're looking for,
Sure.
what you're into,
Right.
you know, stuff like that.
Sure. So someone walks in the door, they don't know you, and you're like, hey, you know, my name's Mark. Like, welcome to whatever. Like, hey, can I help you? Have you seen this new game? Oh, you're new to the area. Perfect. Like, this is who we are. Anything else I can help you with? You know, just let me know. Otherwise, feel free to browse. Like,
Right.
those are great.
And just that little
Yeah.
goes so far.
Yeah, that what took 20 seconds to rattle off and
Yeah.
like stumble through. I'm sure I could get it down to 10.
Yeah.
Like if I wasn't Mark, like that's just dumb. All right? But seriously, it takes a few seconds, and it goes so far in just
Right.
making me feel like you care about me. It makes me want to spend money. It makes me want to come to your establishment. You know, when I come up to the counter, is the person, are they smiling? Is the place like clean? Seriously? like clean. It's something that a lot of places struggle with. Clearly, like if you go to several, you'll notice it. I don't mind cluttered. Cluttered is one thing. Filthy, and not just like dirt, but just spilled pop and food all over the place, and it's a shame that some people have to actually take their playmats with them to not have
To
their
avoid
cars
this.
ruined
Yeah.
by an atmosphere that's like this. That's not what I want. You know, everyone has an accident or makes a mistake. Like I get that. They clean up after themselves. It's what big people do. Like when I went to the bathroom, was it clean? Like there maybe should be a sign on the wall everywhere. Like it's a public place.
Yeah.
But when I take my daughter out, I don't want to have to be looking in there and worried that she's going to, you know, have to deal with something that's not clean. And no, nobody wants to talk about this. It's not popular at all.
Yep.
But it needs to be talked about because it's like the basis
Yeah.
of what you want to see. And so I think that an understanding that, like, hey, you know, he's actually talking about this. Yeah, that's some of the reasons why I come here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't. Sure, it helps that I'm just a short drive away, and yeah, it's one of the only places around. But I can go other ways. We've already talked about that. I can go to Amazon. Like, I can be that person. But in the past, it's never helped. It's never helped to bring a place here.
Mm-hmm.
And I want a place to be here.
Yeah.
I want to be able to, when my daughter says, hey, I want to get the new Pokemon, or I want to get the new Magic, or I want to get the new Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I want to be able to say, hey, right down the street, there's a place. No, it's not a big box store. No, it's not. No, it's actually, that's all they do. No, really. No, seriously, board games, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's...
No, I swear to God. Like, it's not a joke.
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest shockers when people are like, oh, what is this place? Like, you sell video games? You sell this? Like, no.
Yeah, it's a game store.
Yeah.
Video games? No.
You guys sell Monopoly?
Oh, man. Wait. So you don't sell video games.
Yeah. That's...
They're all in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like my generation right there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, actually. And you know what? You read it. It's amazing.
That's way too crazy.
It's amazing. You read it, and not only do you read it, but you have to comprehend it. You have to understand the mechanics and the rules behind it.
Right.
And that's why it's important for fair and equal gameplay, and a healthy environment. Competitive is fine. Mm-hmm. Healthy is key, because you don't want cheaters.
Yeah.
We all get the temptation. Like, come on, right?
Yeah.
You go and you're sitting, you're looking at it, and you're like, I knocked my life counter. I think I was at 14, but he hasn't been paying attention. I'm gonna set it at 15.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, okay. But that's a dick move.
Yeah.
And it's not cool in the long run because it's not conducive to a healthy environment.
Yeah.
That one betrayal of trust
ruins the whole thing.
Yep. It's important. It's not a small thing. It is a big thing.
Yeah.
It's not wait. Like, no. If I made a mistake, please tell me. Chances are I made a mistake. Mm-hmm. I don't want to actively cheat.
Right.
I want to lose if I deserve to lose. I'll fight all day and I'll battle with people and I'll argue, sure. Mm-hmm. But if you have proof that I'm wrong, that's it. I lost.
Yeah.
And Magic's great for that reason. The rules are really accessible as far as getting them. Mm-hmm. Understanding them a completely different matter. If you've read the Magic rules and you understand law, you're probably okay. If you don't understand law, you're gonna be confused. It's very complex, but it's all in there, and you just have to look for it. But it's important that you have those discussions and that you're able and willing to have them, and you're willing to say, no, I think you're wrong, and this is why. Mm-hmm. But it's just as important to be able to say, no, you know what, I'm wrong.
Yeah. And
I see why, and you know what, I'm sorry, but, good find, let's play on. Mm-hmm. But that's what you want to see in a healthy gaming environment. And, yeah, cheating has no place.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I'd say this has been pretty successful.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's been a blast, man.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Really appreciate your time.
Oh, yeah, yours too. Until next time.
Bye.